In this video we will practice some of our function analysis, finding zeros and y-intercepts, and discussing symmetry and end behavior. Let's start with number 25. If you want to find the zeros, which are closely related to the x-intercepts, you let y equal 0. In other words, you set I'm just going to say let y equal 0. So basically you set the entire function equal to 0. If you want to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. So let's find the zeros. So we let y equal 0, which means we set the entire function equal to 0. If we solve this, we will have the zeros of the function. This has a common factor of x. So we pull that out and we have 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. This is probably factorable. So let's see, 2x times x, 3 times 1, negative and positive. Okay, I factored it. Now I'm going to set each of these factors equal to 0. Alright, including the little x here. Set that equal to 0, that's one of my zeros. 2x minus 3 equals 0. If I solve this, I'm going to get x is equal to 3 over 2. That's one of my zeros. If I set x plus 1 equal to 0, that's going to give me x equals negative 1. So these are the zeros. The y-intercept is much easier. If I let x equal 0 and find y, that means y will equal 2 times 0 to the third power minus 0 squared minus 3 times 0. Well, that's just going to give me 0, alright? These zeros are going to wipe out everything. So the y-intercept is 0, 0. Alright, so let's do the same thing for number 26. Okay, we'll find the zeros, which are closely related to the x-intercepts, and we will find the y-intercept. Again, to find the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. For the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. So, letting y equal 0 really means set the entire thing equal to 0. So, that would be 2 times the cube root of x is equal to 0. To solve this, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So that'll give me the cube root of x is equal to 0. And then I'm going to cube both sides of the equation to cancel out the cube root, because those are inverses. So that's going to give me x is equal to 0. So that is the 1, 0 of the function. Now, for the y-intercept, I let x equal 0. So that means y equals 2 times the cube root of 0. And that is 0. So the y-intercept is 0, 0. Alright, let's do the same thing for problem number 27. Alright, so we will find the zeros, which are closely related to the x-intercepts, and we will find the y-intercept. Alright, if you want to find the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. If you want to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Okay, so letting y equal 0 really means setting the entire function equal to 0. So that means 4 plus radical x is equal to 0. Subtracting 4 from both sides, that's radical x is equal to negative 4. I'm going to stop right here. You can't take the square root of something and get a negative number. So this has no solution, which means that there are no zeros. Alright, this function has no x-intercepts. It has no zeros. Let's find the y-intercept. So we let x equal 0. So y will equal 4 plus the square root of 0. So that's gone. So y is equal to 4, which means that the y-intercept is 0, 4. Alright, so there are no zeros, but the y-intercept is 4. Okay, let's do the same thing for problem number 28. If you want to find the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. If you want to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. So, letting y equal 0 means setting the entire function equal to 0. That's x squared minus 4 equals 0. Adding 4 to both sides, you get x squared equals 4. Taking the square root of both sides, you have x is equal to plus or minus 2. Don't forget the plus or minus, because the zeros are 2 and negative 2. Alright, where there are 2 zeros. Now, the y-intercept. We let x equal 0. So y equals 0 squared minus 4. So y equals negative 4. So that means the y-intercept is 0, negative 4. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and click here in the red apple to watch the next video. Click in the green apple to subscribe, or click the yellow apple for the full playlist.